Daily bias. Yeah, we were all there. Bro, finding a bias for the day, yes, it could be hard when you're first starting out, or even if you are new to the market. I mean, even me, I've been trading for close to 3 years now. And even sometimes I still mess up on my daily biases. But look, daily bias is extremely important because if you don't have a direction in the trend for the day, I mean, there's not really much for you. You don't know whether to take longs or shorts. So here are some things that you can always look for to give you the direction that you want to see in the market. So for example, buy side liquidities, those are very nice to see and are a very good indication in the market. Inversion for value gaps, for example, like a little gap like this, that would be very nice. Having a fair value gap or inversion for value gap. SMTs are also very nice as well. So these are just all like ICT concepts that could be seen. Like for example, this is on the daily time frame. As we can see right here, we can expect us to possibly come and sweep out this buy side liquidity. What do? We come sweep it. So now, what do you think is going to happen in like an ICT mindset? Well, I think that we're going to sweep this. We're going to continue lower. So there we go. We continue lower. Now, what do we have over here? We had a very strong wick, which is also like a little rejection. Why? Because we have a fair value gap. So what's this telling us? Okay, we can possibly reject off of this fair value gap and continue higher, or we can just completely inverse this and continue downward and change this from a fair value gap to an inversion fair value gap. So let's look on the lower time frames. What do we see? So coming into the day, what am I going to look for? Well, we have two very big momentum candles. These are very nice to want to continue up for a bullish trend. But also I have a fair value gap. So we reject off one fair value gap just to get pushed into another fair value gap. So I'm not crazy about it. So maybe we actually reject off this and push lower. Let's see. What do? Okay, we're playing in the zone. We're right at the 0.5 retracement of the fair value gap. As you can see, right at that 0.5 fib. So I honestly would expect a rejection downwards. There we go. There we go. That's the rejection. So now this changes from having that little downtrend to 100% now, because now we have this inversion for value gap. So even if we had an SMT, which I'm not actually sure we did with NAS and ES, but hypothetically, say we have that SMT, this just goes to show how simple finding a daily bias can actually be. Don't overcomplicate it. It's really not that hard of a process. Just how when you're looking for trades on the lower time frame, do the same thing on the daily 4 hour or 1 hour to find your bias. Don't actually take the trade on those higher time frames. If you're a swing trader and you're holding trades for 10 billion years, then sure, you can take trades on the higher time frames. But the same way you would look for a trade on a lower time frame, use that same analogy and try to find the bias on the higher time frame. It's honestly as that simple, because this is my exact trading system on the lower time frames. I find this on the 1 hour, go to the 1 minute, I find that market structure shift, change of state, inversion for value gap, you name it. It's honestly that simple. Don't overcomplicate trading. Trading should never be complicated. So now coming down, well, we don't really have that much information. We do have generated sell side liquidity over here. So there is a very strong possibility that we just keep flushing down. And I would say my next major point would be down here. So let's see what we end up doing. There you go. So we flush down, sweep all this sell side liquidity. Now this is another fair value gap. What can we do here? Well, we could possibly continue heading down lower and we can take out the sell side liquidity, or we can reject off of this fair value gap and continue our trend. But let's see what we do. What do we have on the 4 hour time frame? Well, 4 hour time frame, nothing much. I mean, nothing of interest as of now. There we go. We could have actually, like, this could have been a little reversal, but it didn't actually play out. We could have had a manipulation. And right over here, we could have looked for a market structure shift and we could have continued our trend upward, but we didn't. So going back to the daily, let's see what we want to do. As I said, we can either reject upwards or in this case, we reject it right down. So now this becomes an inversion fair value gap. And as I said, we're most likely going to come take out the sell side. But another thing to notice is, by the way, always look left in the market. Just do me a favor. Don't try to ignore the past. The past always repeats itself. So look at this. What is so interesting about this fair value gap? Well, one, let's mark this out and make this green. One, that's very interesting. Two, three, why there we go, paste. We have this, we have that. And on top of it, we have another area right here. So what's so cool about this little fair value gap? Well, we have 1, rejection, 2, rejection, 3, rejection, 4, rejection. So what do we expect is going to happen in this fair value gap? Well, we have a very strong possibility that we end up rejecting and freaking flying upwards, or we can break this, create another or third inversion, and just tank down. So let's see what we do. We have that push. Let's see. Are we going to continue? We continue down. So now automatically, I wouldn't be looking for buys or I wouldn't be looking for sells. So I'd wait till a major zone gets taken. For example, this would be my next zone of interest. And honestly, guys, it's as simple as that. Look for key areas in the market. Don't overcomplicate trading. Very simplify it. Make it simple. And yeah, guys, honestly, this is going to be the end of the video. I don't want to make it too long. If you are new to the channel, my name's Alexander, and I have a link down below. I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling a course. It's just if you want to improve your trading, everything is free in my Discord. I mean, I have my education channel there. I have one-on-one help. I also post daily biases just before New York session. So if you can't actually find a bias, well, I got a link for that in the description and I'll just give them to you free of charge. Guys, I make all my money on the market. I don't need your money, trust me. So yeah, hope you have a beautiful day. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.